Alright, so I kind of forgot to record my setup on this, but as you can see, I set up an all blue team on them. I had some pretty favorable boards on my first two attacks, and the third attack wasn't the best board, but it was usable. So, as you can see, I was also a little distracted while I was doing this, which is why there's some delays there. I don't normally record my war attacks anymore, but Ariel's definitely the biggest threat here, and now that I've got everybody fired up, I'm going to dispel her. I'm going to boost my guys. I should have done that first. And then I'm going to break them for the element. Hit her with Grim and then fall in with Isarnia. This is usually pretty effective to wipe out an entire side, which gives me room. As you can see what I'm doing here, unless I'm matching color tiles, everything is in the hole if I can do it. I'm trying to not activate their specials, just trying to burn through some tiles to get back to those blues. Every now and again you'll see where I get a little extra going there on that side where they're getting hit by those tiles. Sometimes it works out because it gives me an option to get blues over in front of them that I can hit them with, so I don't exclusively try to miss them. A lot of it just depends on what the best way is to get those tiles out of the way. So you see the benefit of having a dispeller on the team, getting rid of those attack boosts and shields that they're putting on now. The attack boost from the assist on the defense, there's nothing you can do about it. Pretty fast match there. So that team down, taking a look around, went for the next biggest team on the field that was unimpacted yet. A little bit of indecision on my part there, trying to decide who I was going to tank. Decided to go ahead and go with Justice. They were the biggest one. I was going for attack power here, not so much looking at a scheme of taking away mana. One of the things I always do before I make my war attack, check your troops. If you got a really strong defensive hero like Justice, there's no reason to have a defensive troop in a war attack. You want that highest percentage increase on your strongest hero there. You notice with Wukong I do have a defensive troop. June I do have a defensive troop. June isn't leveled, and Wukong is horrible on their defense stats. So you'll also notice I'm using single color teams. I have heroes that allow me to do a 3,500, 3,400 point single color team. The way I look at it, I kill the tank, I've dropped their power approximately 300 to 400, sometimes 5. So if I get a quick kill on the tank like I did here, I have neutralized that difference in team power, and all of mine are still healthy, plus I'm completely mana'd up. So firing off my specials, you see that I don't exclusively go for the one I'm trying to kill, which is Kirill, because I knew I had enough specials activated that I was going to be able to affect that. Killed both the healers. Actually, I think that was all three. I think Kunch was the tank. You notice I don't fire Wu, and there's a reason I don't fire Wu, because if I get my specials fired up, I got a good shot at wiping this team out, and I don't want to have a chance of misses. Yes, Wu would make those yellow hits that much more potent, but man, right now, sorry about that, my battery is dying. Right now, my intention is trying to get my specials fired up. That's why I created this hole in the middle, was so I could get my specials fired up. And when I fire my specials, I want them to hit. I need them to hit. And you'll see just how much trouble I have trying to get this guy wiped out. Actually, I'm not sure if it was this one or not. I believe I get June fired up here again. And was that enough to kill him? Yeah, it was. Okay. For some reason, I thought that took longer. So I kind of hem-hauled around here a little bit, trying to decide what I wanted to do. Looking at the different attacks. I knew I had another team that I could field that was blue. It wasn't as strong as my primary teams. But I had originally accounted for that in my first hero team selection on that 4100 team. Rather than taking a full team of green against Boral and trying to wipe that team out, I thought, well, I'll go ahead and take a shot on this one. Not that one. The other one. Yeah, that one. We got a 3 healer set in front, a fast mana on one side that also dispels, and then we've got the mana drain. And I'll tell you what, my mistake in this match was not respecting her enough. So, came in with Grim, who's one of my big guys. Thought about doing something funny. You know, I had Isarnia, I had Valen. Valen's a fast mana. I thought, you know, I could use that. But then I started looking, okay, you know, what else do I got? Ager up there. I put a little bit of thought into these. I don't just throw my teams together and find opponent. So looking at them, you know, I knew that Carol's probably my next bigger threat. I don't want them boosted up any more than I have to have them. Plus, I don't want their defenses up. So I was considering, you know, doing a 3-2 option with green here. What that would have done is it would have reduced my potency for later. So went ahead and stuck with my my blue team, as you'll see here in a second. Thought about Bel'Veth. I'm getting there, I promise. Squirrels, man. I see so many squirrels, and my mind goes 13 different directions, but... Alright, so, once again, check my troops. Time I always take another look at them, check their troops, and we're off. This match didn't go as well, and you'll see why. So how am I going to get me some blue tiles is what I'm looking at. Well, I've got some blues in the back, hopefully we can pull one. Hey, there we go. But now what? Well, I'm going for mana. I want to get my guys up. There we go. So that's the end of Old Tusk, and that's pretty much the end of my true effectiveness in this round. So I'm thinking, well, I'm going to try and clear a side. I don't want to be sending blues at Kirill because I didn't want to activate him. And I hate hitting those diamonds whenever I'm sitting there trying to draw something up. Whenever I can potentially draw one in off the side. It didn't work very well, but I did get a blue stack against Regard. So we drop his defense, hit him with it, and of course it wasn't enough. What I was hoping for was that I would kill Iju right here, and it just didn't happen. I did not want her to fire off and take my mana away. hoping for a blue to drop there. Didn't happen. So of course she's gonna pull mana. She kills Ulmer. I'm kind of hurting here because I really need to get some heals going, and I'm just not getting tiles. That is the problem that comes into play whenever you're playing a single caller, is if the board doesn't cooperate, you are shut down, and it shuts you down hard. Now, here I get my blue tiles. It's too late to save old Frida there, I think. They're gonna kill her. Nope. But she's not lit up yet. Once again, stinking Li Zhu. She was a bit of trouble for me this round. So I'm sitting here thinking, how am I going to get a blue in there? Well, I got my blue. It's too late for Grim and Frida, and of course I killed Valen. Aegir fires up, but if you don't get those blues,